Welcome to another video presented to you by AmericanBusinessEnglish.com. You can visit our website for more tutorials by clicking on this link. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive notifications when new videos are uploaded. Let's get started. Take a listen to a sample market commentary and we will review the key terms and expressions afterwards. Pay special attention to the highlighted phrases. U.S. stocks declined today, retreating from all-time highs, ending the second longest rally of the year. The S&P 500 lost 9.61 points, or 0.5%, to close at 2007.78, with 8 of its main 10 sectors closing lower. A jump in oil prices lifted energy stocks, putting a lid on losses in the index. After a historic Monday finish, the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite pulled back from the 4,700 level, settling down 28.2 points, or 0.6%, at 4,771.8. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, which dropped as much as 146 points, closed 85.26 points, or 0.5%, lower at 17,203.37. Globally, European stock markets slipped, while Asian stocks closed mixed, with China's Shanghai Composite Index sliding 2.2%. Oil futures climbed by nearly 2% today to settle back above $70 a barrel, with violence in the Middle East feeding worries about global oil supplies. Gold futures settled lower for a second straight session at $1,204.40. The dollar dipped against major rivals. Now let's review the content sentence by sentence to see what we heard and analyze the key terms and phrases individually. U.S. stocks declined today, retreating from all-time highs, ending the second longest rally of the year. To decline is another way of saying to reduce or to go down. Here it means that U.S. stock prices went down today. As another example, we could say oil prices declined today after the OPEC announced its plans to increase supply. To retreat means to decline in value. It usually implies that prices or some other quantity went up before falling back down. As another example, we could say Apple shares retreated $3.02 to $653.02 after it announced disappointing iPhone sales numbers. All-time high means exceeding all others up to the present time. This expression is used when stock prices set new records by hitting new maximums. For instance, it could be used in stock prices hit all-time highs on March 10, 2000 before the market crashed later that year. Moving on to the next sentence. The S&P 500 lost 9.61 points, or 0.5%, to close at 2007.78. with 8 of its main 10 sectors closing lower. To lose in finance is a synonym to decline. Therefore, you could use lose in order to avoid saying decline in back-to-back sentences. For example, you could say, the S&P 500 declined by 1.5%. However, the energy sector lost only 0.5% today. To close, in the stock market terminology, means to reach a certain price point at the end of the trading day. So when we say S&P 500 closed at certain price point, we refer to the price point at the time of market close in a particular day. As another example, we could say S&P 500 closed at all-time high today, and traders are bracing themselves for a sharp decline tomorrow. Sector is used in economics and finance to describe a part of the economy. Here is another usage example. The technology sector was the main driver of the lower unemployment rate last year. Cool, let's consider the next sentence. A jump in oil prices lifted energy stocks, putting a lid on losses in the index. To jump is another way of saying to increase. For instance, we could say, the oil stocks jumped unexpectedly after the conflict between Russia and the Ukraine escalated. The word jump could also be used as a noun, meaning an increase. To lift means to cause a number or quantity to rise. Here is another example. Excessive amount of available credit and speculated behaviors of buyers lifted home prices to unacceptable levels before the market crash of 2008. Next phrase is to put a lid on something, which means to limit or constrain something. An example would be, it is important to put a lid on your potential losses when investing in stocks by diversifying your portfolio. An index, in finance, is an imaginary portfolio of securities representing a particular market or a portion of it. Let's see how we can use it in another example. People who are not savvy enough to pick individual stocks are better off by investing in indexes, because index fund allows them to generate returns similar to the market. Great, moving on to the next sentence. After a historic Monday finish, the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite pulled back from the 4,700 level, settling down 28.2 points, or 0.6% at 4,771.8. To finish means to reach a certain price point at the end of the trading day. For example, Google finished the day strong at $651 after recent reports showed that its market share of internet search was slightly up. To pull back from means to drop or decline. As another example, we could say, many analysts expect the stock to pull back from its recent high because the fundamentals do not support this new price point. To drop is another synonym for decline. For instance, we could also say, the sudden drop in stock prices caused panic in the market and more investors rushed to sell their holdings. Great, moving on. Globally, European stock markets slipped, while Asian stocks closed mixed, with China's Shanghai Composite Index sliding 2.2%. Oil futures climbed by nearly 2% today to settle back above $70 a barrel, with violence in the Middle East feeding worries about global oil supplies. To slip is again another way of saying to decline. A good example is, the demand for crude oil keeps slipping and pushing oil stocks even further down. The word mixed in general means partially up and partially down, or in part positive and in part negative. Another good example to demonstrate is its usage in this one. The economic forecast reports provided a mixed outlook, resulting in some sectors moving up and some others declining. To slide as a verb means to decline. As a noun, it is a synonym for a price drop. For instance, we could say, the market slide was expected because many institutional investors had asserted their bearish opinion of the market over the past quarter. Fantastic! Let's analyze the last sentence. Gold futures settled lower for a second straight session at $1,204.40. The dollar dipped against major rivals. Second straight session means back-to-back days of trading. Therefore, you could say, the recent rally, which lasted for 6 straight sessions, was one of the longest rallies this year. To dip is also another synonym for decline. Here is another example. The stock of gold mining companies dipped after gold prices declined to their lowest point in the past 2 years. Congratulations, folks! We came to the end of this tutorial. Hope you found this video helpful. Please share the video with your friends on Facebook and Google+. You can also visit our website, AmericanBusinessEnglish.com, for more tutorials by clicking this link. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you would like to receive notifications about our new video uploads.